So, Denims has begun a fundraiser to sue Ethan Klein for falsely accusing her of a crime, which is a false call to CPS. I want to know that I approve 100% of this lawsuit, and I would very much like to see it go through. So, if you would like to help the Avengers, that's me. I'm the Avenger. It's me. And Denim, sorry, you're not an Avenger. You're not an Avenger. But if you would like to help us get Ethan Klein into a courtroom, you should go to ethankleinlied.com and donate to this fundraiser so that he can answer for his crimes. Ethan Klein, to be clear, is a criminal, and he should be made to answer for his crimes. So she sent him a letter, and it is a much better written letter than Rom disbarred Nassim's letter to Noah Samson, if I do say so myself, by the way. You notice how Ethan's not talking about that anymore? It's because he's quietly dropped his planned lawsuit against Noah Samson. He never planned to go through it in the first place. On the newest and most viral, Big Horny, Zoomies with a ball bunk. Okay, I hate you people so much. So we have a letter here, short, precisely to the point, citing the relevant laws and specific instances of defamation. Our law firm is legal counsel to social media commentator and content creator Denims. It has come to our attention that in response to an apparent child protective services visit to your home in around March 2025, you notice the apparent because it's not proven. Good strat. I approve. So he stated either that Denims herself filed the CPS report, resulting in the CPS visit, or that Denims caused others to do so. Among other things, he stated Denims is participating in this CPS lie. Denims endorses this. Clearly, as you can see, she's not moderating at all. You repeatedly insinuated that Denims was responsible for the CPS call, labeling her the real villain of the video. You also stated she has been such a nasty, pathetic, lying, just like such a horrible, disgusting person. Making reference to Denims, you said, terrorist sympathizers who support CPS coming and taking my children away. God, he's just such a little self-victimizing baby, isn't he? She's directly responsible for CPS coming to my house. The way that he talks about this, CPS coming to my house, dude, why do you talk about it like it's fucking swatting? This guy is like a rich guy who's never been told no before. So the idea that like there can be anyone above him, say a government, that has any sort of authority over him, he can't abide by that. He can't handle it. He's rich. What he says goes. This isn't allowed. They can't check on my kids. Fucking ridiculous. She's directly linked to the CPS coming to my house, blah, blah, blah. She did CPS, remember that. You don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house. Yeah, all of these are pretty direct allegations, like multiple allegations specifically that she called CPS even herself. So, I mean, it's pretty clear cut here. The question is, will she get the money to be able to go through with it? Because there's no fucking way Ethan Klein is not going to do everything possible to impede this going to trial. Because this is obviously not something that can just be so easily dismissed by a slap. He made direct allegations of specific crimes. That's not something that you can just throw away with a slap lawsuit, especially not against someone who is clearly the less powerful party here, given that slap motions are designed to allow weaker parties primarily to avoid being silenced just by the threat of like costly and lengthy litigation. But Ethan Klein will do everything that he can to impede this going to trial for one simple reason: discovery. If Ethan has to show messages, internal messages relevant to Denims, it will blow the lid off fucking everything. Everything. He does not want that. He'll do everything to stop that from happening. You know, he'll do everything to delay years if needed, causing Denims tons of financial and emotional stress. And I probably doubt that she'd want to go through with that. For Ethan, what's a couple $1 million if it means that he can bully someone into not suing him in the end because he doesn't want to get the discovery to get out there. Especially, what would happen if a subpoena or something of that nature was made to CPS to get to the bottom of what actually happened there. And it just so happened that there was no CPS call. There are so many ways this can go badly for Ethan Klein and just ruin him forever. And it doesn't have much to do with the defamation itself. I mean, he's already on the line for defamation with Kavanaugh. He's pretty fucked there. It's going to trial soon. He lost 2 anti-slap motions. I mean, 1 anti-slap motion, the appeal, and he lost the injunction attempt. Now he either appeals to the California Supreme Court or it goes to trial. So he's probably fucked there. And he would probably be fucked too in an equal world, where both sides have equal resources in this case. But I mean, the thing that would really be damaging for him wouldn't be the defamation by itself. It would be everything that he would have to reveal as a part of the trial. And apparently, Ethan Klein's lawyer wrote a response to this. By the way, you should go to, just reiterating, go to ethankleinlied.com and donate to this if you can. If you have the money and you would like to see Ethan Klein get sued, I endorse this fundraiser 100%. with my full power, and I'm very powerful, trust me. So I believe he has like a new episode of the H3 podcast where he talks about this, and he had Rom Dispard Nassim send a really embarrassing letter in response to Denims, which was not even formatted in any remotely acceptable way for a lawyer to send, and which was just totally irrelevant to the claims that were being made. I just gotta say, firstly here, Ethan Klein's podcast just fucking sucks, man. You kind of forget what it's even about in the first place. Denims is suing me, like, I'm going to skip the members only one because I usually don't talk about drama there, I think. But Denims is suing me, Hassan lied, responding to iDubbbz, debating Hassan, talking to Sam Cedar, Dear Frogan. Then we get to like a Lord of the Rings review, at least that's something, aside from drama. Hassan and iDubbbz caught in Forgay. They sent 2 human skulls to my house. He dropped that one really quick, didn't he? Reacting to iDubbbz Content Cop, reacting to Content Cop, Goodbye AB, I don't know what that is. Secret recording of Twitch CEO. That's more drama. It's just endless fucking here's these people who criticize me. I hate them. I'm gonna talk about them for 4 hours. What a shit fucking stream. Anyway. Wait, this was actually probably the funniest part of this. So Ethan Klein received this legal letter, and he complains here that the letter that he received had his home address and name on it and stuff like that. You know, the letter that he received as the person receiving this legal letter. He thought that the letter should be redacted. He thought that for some reason it shouldn't have his name and address on it, which is generally the funniest thing I've ever seen. How are they supposed to get it to you if it doesn't have your name and address on it, Ethan?
Okay, I opened her letter. Now, Denims, of course, being a disgusting human being, didn't retract my home address, number, email, or anything. Of course, we retracted.
That's not true, obviously. She did. It's all not here.
Her legal name.
I think it was retracted on her stream.
Are you sure? Double check that. The letter itself isn't retracted.
I'm almost certain.
Why don't you check?
Why don't you check? Dude, you received the letter. It's for you. Of course, it's going to be addressed to you. I'm just so confused at this point, man. What is he even saying? Come on, dude. You don't honestly think that. Anyway, where is his response letter? Or Rom Dispard Nassim's response letter? Is it here? Okay, so I just want to note this response letter, which is clearly from the same lawyer that he usually uses, given the red thing on the side that's like from what his law firm does. So this is, to be clear, not at all a proper legal letter. And a big part of how you know that is because it includes links rather than citations. That's extremely fucking weird. Real genuine legal letters are sent by email and by post, so you can't just include links in them. So that's just extremely weird. It's almost like Ethan told him what to say. Like, this is written as if it's to be read by other people aside from him, with links that they can click. This is not written as like a response for the actual lawyers involved. It is actually very funny here that this letter is also just totally wrong. Like, it claims Denims deleted all of her YouTube videos when she didn't have a YouTube channel. The videos that were deleted were a fan channel that was uploading her videos a la Hassan, and they're claiming that it was her, so they just made that up. So let's analyze his claim as to why this was not defamation and why she apparently called CPS, as Ethan Klein directly claimed, by the way. This has to be relevant to that specifically.
This 2-minute clip is from a stream.
I wish they would just post a document so I don't have to filter it through their fucking stream. Yeah, this you can see, this was made so that Ethan can use it on his stream. This wasn't actually written as a real legal letter. It has links in it so that Ethan can click them and go to the fucking clips. That's so fucking funny. What a joke these people are. Like, this lawsuit shit for them is just content. It's almost like malicious to try to sue Ethan Klein because he'll just use it for content. So the first thing that he claims is that she streamed propagating falsehoods related to the fraudulent CPS report. You know, the fact that Ethan Klein openly said in his stream that his kid got Giardia, and then he said that the Giardia is contracted from eating dog shit. What else is in here? Then the rest of it is just totally irrelevant. She claimed Ethan was clearly mentally distressed and unwell. She mocked Healer for stating, "Our house is so clean." She mocked Ethan and Healer for being wealthy parents. What? Dude, none of this is relevant to you directly accusing her of a crime that is making a false report to CPS. So what the fuck kind of a response is this? Your Honor, It's okay for me to have falsely accused her of a crime because after the fact, I said that she has wealthy parents. I rest my case. Claimed Ethan and Healer's children will not remember the CPS incident. That doesn't matter. None of this is relevant to you claiming that she called CPS. Rom Disparden Nassim is honestly kind of a fucking joke. He's just playing the clips that are conveniently linked in the letter, which is why it was written, and then he doesn't actually show the rest of the letter, apparently. Or they take like a 30-minute... No, they just skip... Okay, they don't even show you the whole letter. Just those points. So yeah, I hope Ethan Klein gets sued by Denims. He deserves to be. But I mean, Ethan is absolutely going to just blow money delaying it as long as possible, to the point that if it did go to trial, it would be so far down the line that everyone will have already forgotten it, like they did with the Kavanaugh case. You know, it's like Ethan Klein's fans like think the Kavanaugh case is a distant thing in the past, whereas in reality it's like 3 or 4 years in now, and he's gonna get totally fucked. Ethan will do like a false slap motion, then he'll do a false slap appeal, then he'll do a false slap injunction, and then like after that, like 3 years of that shit, it'll go to trial. Where who fucking even knows what his defense would be, given how clearly he defamed her in this case, direct accusation of crimes, you know, and how he's doubled down on it since in really stupid ways. It's just that in the USA specifically, you really can't sue someone for a reasonable amount of money, especially with all of the ways they have to delay shit. In the US, like, allows rich people to weaponize their money in the legal system to an absurd degree. It's just so weighted towards a rich moron. But yeah, regardless, you should go there and donate, because on the off chance that it does raise enough money to make it worth trying to sue him. Who wouldn't want to see that happen? Who wouldn't? And yeah, it's a legal letter formatted like a blog post. What the fuck is even happening here? What is Rom Disparden Nassim fucking doing, dude? I think it's pretty obvious that he's out of his element here, like actually litigating defamation as the supposed plaintiff. Like, he's out of his element in the Kavanaugh case already, but he's even more out of his element in this case. He's supposed to be like an anti-slap lawyer, but he lost his slap suits with Ethan. And when he's like going on the offensive with Ethan as the supposed plaintiff, like the letters that he's writing do not do what they're supposed to do, which is outline the specific defamatory statements, explain how they are defamatory, and cite the relevant laws for how and why they're defamatory. That's what a legal letter is. That's what Denims' legal letter was. So far, the legal letters that we've seen from Rom Disparden Nassim were Ethan Klein paying him to make a ChatGPT historical argument, and now Ethan Klein apparently paying him to basically write him a blog post. It's so weird.